Thank you for joining us, Coach. Can you please get us started with opening remarks?
Evening, guys. It is freezing here, by the way. It's freezing. So I think my blood has thinned since I came here. I suppose that I've got two feelings. One feeling is as really proud, and then the other feeling is a little bit angry that it's too late. You know, the qualities that we showed today are the qualities of a successful team and the qualities of a team that we needed to see more of this season. So I knew all week that we were going to win this game. I just had a feeling this team is like that, you know, when there's no pressure on, no expectation. I knew this team had it in them to come here and win. We've said to them that they have the ability. We know they've got the ability. Today they did one thing that I thought was really, really a massive sign and a massive signal for next year. They stuck to the game plan that we wanted. They stuck to the game plan that we wanted and they won the game. And that's what has been our biggest downfall this season at times. Individuals doing their own stuff. Today, those individuals didn't do their own stuff. They did the job that we asked them to do. They did the job that the game plan suggested, and they did the job to help us win a game of football. And every single one of them, from the players on the bench to John McCarthy in net, we had a team that was heading in the right direction. We had a team that was on the same bus. We had a team that was never going to let a goal in, and that's why I'm proud of them tonight.
Thank you, Coach. If you have a question on the call, please raise your hand. We're going to get started with Lauren, then Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you, Rafa. Congratulations, Phil.
Lauren.
The team battled tonight on the field, but can you talk about the post-game moment after the match and having Steven, a fan, on the field with the team celebrating the victory, and then just what it means to have so many supporters there today supporting the team?
Yeah, well, before the game, I came out and to watch the players warm up, to chat to Bruce for a little bit, and I saw this boy with a bobble hat on, with a sign as I'm going to kick cancer right in the balls, and I said to him that I'd come and see him after the game, and he said, could I have a picture after the game? And then after the game, I saw him and I thought, well, do you know what? You know, when you think about, I was angry, I was sad, and we've been sad all week. When you think about really, this puts things into perspective. He was watching his favourite team, Inter Miami, fighting cancer. He's obviously lost a lot of weight, but didn't want to play the victim, didn't want to be felt sorry for. He just wanted to come here and support his team, and the fighting qualities that he's shown in his life is the fighting qualities that we showed on the pitch. So I thought it was a fitting moment to probably give a young boy a lift in his life that at this moment in time is a real struggle. And you know, I think all the players came off. I'm not sure Vega, the kitman, and Tyler, the kitman, will be happy, because I think he went home with maybe $5,000 worth of Inter Miami kit from all the players. But you know, it was. I think we've said it all season. Our fans are the best. They were up in that corner today. They support us through thick and thin, and they've had some difficult moments, and it was nice just to give them something to cheer about at the end. But particularly that young boy, I think that was a special moment. Probably one of the highlights of the season for me. Probably.
Next question, Michelle, then Franco. You're on mute, Michelle.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Congratulations, first of all. It's kind of a two-part question. One is, you know, you said that in a way you're angry and, you know, happy and angry, because why didn't they do this before? You know, why did it take to the last game for this kind of performance? One, does it make you rethink in any way what you thought going into this game, that you know, have to get rid of a whole bunch of players when these guys went out there and just beat New England? And number two, do you think the team in some ways played freer without Gonzalo there? Because a lot of times players defer to him, and instead of just taking the ball themselves or whatever, they're always looking to him or whatever. Do you think that in any way the team played better without him?
Well, I think the two things really. We had no pressure on us. We had no pressure on us at all. there was no pressure on New England. So that there's a balance to our happiness and there's a balance to the performance. And we had players out there that were probably playing for their futures, or they thought they were playing for their futures. So nothing I saw tonight is going to change mine, Chris's, Jason's, Anthony's planning in terms of what we already know and what we are already going to do. We know what we have to do. The sanctions are going to drive us to make decisions that are going to be really tough. And what I saw tonight is not going to change our mind. I suppose the frustration is that we saw qualities from players tonight that we've probably not seen enough of this season. I've got to say, I thought Pizarro tonight was our best player, and I say best player because you probably I'm not so sure how he played, but the qualities that I saw somebody that could probably captain his team with his performance tonight. He led, he took the ball, the ball stuck with him. He wanted to fight for the team. He got involved in a little bit of a melee, and he took them all on. He didn't need Leandro, Nico, and he played with a real fight and aggression and spirit. Carranza as well, and I probably can't say they played beautiful football, the two of them, but they showed qualities that we've not seen from that area of the pitch this season. So that was pleasing to see. And I suppose when you have the thing that we have to accept is that you have to have high expectations playing for Inter Miami. You've got to have high expectations playing with Gonzalo Higuain, because his expectations are to win. His expectations are to play a certain style of football that produces winning football. So we have to, rather than come down to the level of other players, we have to get up to the level of Gonzalo. That's always been my feeling. Can we see the run? Can we see the pass? Can we have the technique and vision that will get the best out of him as well? So it's not about we played better without Gonzalo. It's the fact that the group had no pressure on them. The group had no expectation on them. And the group went out there as a group to play. Now, that's the one thing I would say is we played as a group. We didn't carry anyone. The body language of the team was great. The body language of every single player on the bench was great. There was one group of 20 players going on the same bus in the same direction with the tactics. That, for me, is the benchmark now going forward. With or without Gonzalo.
Next question, Franco, then Ian.
Thank you, Rafa. Hey, Phil. Not a bad way to end the season for you guys. Just wanted to ask you two quick ones on both ends of the field. Maybe not the cleanest finish from Blaze there, but some very patient build up there from the team before he pulled off that excellent half turn to give you guys the goal. Just your thoughts on that sequence that led to the goal, and just going back to the defensive side, how resolute the team was, how determined the backline was, and just the entire team in terms of putting out fires. New England did have moments where they were pushing, but you guys, with your resoluteness, held on and were able to see this one out, which is no easy task against New England.
Franco, they're a brilliant team. Carlos Gil's the best player in the league, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, that boy is the best player in this football league. Every time he gets the ball, he if you're a New England fan, you're excited. If you're an Inter Miami fan, you are probably thinking, get to him, tackled him. Hopefully he doesn't do anything on the ball. So we had to defend really well. We had a clean sheet mentality. And the one challenge that I set the team 2 days ago was, there's nothing on the game. We're all really angry. We're all feeling really empty. We're all really probably thinking, let's get this season over with. But on Sunday, you're going out to play against the best coach and the best team in the league. So go and pick yourself against the best. Bruce is someone that I look up to. He's almost a mentor for me. I spoke to him before the game. It was like speaking to a level of coach that's got so much experience that I wanted to learn from. And their team has amassed the most points. Am I right? I think they have. So we wanted to beat the best. You want to compete against the best. And that was my feeling all week, is that I wanted to beat the coach that I look up to the most. It's the best coach in the MLS. And I wanted my players to have the same mentality. And I felt as if they did have that. and they all played with a determination and a hunger that is the benchmark for next season. And I must take full responsibility for not making the playoffs, full responsibility for the way that we've played, the way that we've lost, the way that we've drawn. We've won the same amount of games as Nashville. And Nashville is someone that I hold in the highest regard. So somewhere along the line, something went wrong, and I must take responsibility for it. And we will be better for it next year.
Next question, Ian.
Phil, a bit of a two-parter. The first one being that MLS is known for its parity, and from year to year, it can kind of fluctuate from time to time. So teams that finish in 11th in the East can wind up being at the top of the East the next year. So what you think that this might be indicative of next year as you're thinking about 2022. The second being, where are you going and looking in terms of set pieces next year? There's been a little bit of a bit of a difference in how you've treated set pieces this year and how you think you might treat them as well, including tonight.
Yeah, well, I'd say the last 5-6 games of the season, we've been 100% better. The delivery's been better. The determination, the runs have been a lot better. We had a couple of half chances today. I think we've scored 2 or 3 in the last 5 games. So ultimately, we've seen massive improvements in that area. What was your first question, Ian? Sorry, the parity.
The parity in the league. The way that MLS works.
I think when I see New England and New York City, I see the 2 best teams in the league, and then every other team that we've played against, I've thought that we can compete and be equal to. So in terms of can we be that top team next year? Yeah, I think we can. I think we can reach the playoffs next year, because I think the gap in this league, you're right, the parity is very, very condensed. Toronto will be different next year, 100%. So we just have to hit the ground running quicker than what we did this year. We have to have a good preseason. We have to make sure that we have a games program preseason. We have to recruit really, really well. Recruitment will make or break our season next year. 100%. You can have the best training ground, the best owners, the best stadium. If you do not get the right players to be successful, you'll never be successful. So that's the challenge. Next year is going to be my team. Next year is going to be my team, and I'll live and die by that decision, by this fact that next year will be my team.
Franco?
Thank you, Rafa. Hey, Phil, so just to go back to the first question, I know the 2 questions in one aren't the best, but just to go back to the first question, just about the goal, the sequence that led to the goal, what'd you think of just the patience that the team showed to knock the ball around and then obviously get the finish on the excellent half turn from Blaze?
You know what, Franco? I actually don't remember the goal. All I remember is it was a scuffed shot from Blaze. Was Gregory involved in the? Honestly,
It was on the right.
It was on the right. Okay, you know, Franco. Just give it lows in your report. I'm sure you will. But it was probably in a period where for 10 minutes there, I thought we'd nullified their attacks, and we're beginning to gain counterattack moments. And then when we scored the goal, I've got to say, I went into probably thinking, right, next year, this is what we're going to be. We went to 5-4-1. We said, right, let's just dig it out. Because it was almost a practice. We was on the technical bench we were talking about what should we do. And we said, right, let's just change the mindset. Let's just practice something now that we're going to say, right, let's hang on, 1-0. 1-0, that's what the best teams do. Win the game 1-0, win ugly, and move away. So we went in the last from 77 minutes to the end of the game with almost a look at probably what we probably could do next year in terms of shutting up shop. That makes sense.
Last question, Michelle.
Phil, I'm just wondering what the mood is in the locker room. You said that you have kind of a combination of pride and anger or frustration. Is the locker room, are the players celebrating? Do you think they feel frustrated? What would you say the mood is in the locker room right now, and what will it be on the plane ride home?
Well, I think they're happy. They're really happy. They've been through a lot. They've suffered a lot. So there'll be happiness. There'll be relief. There'll be nervousness. I've hated this week. I've got to say, you've been able to smell the nervousness. People are out of contract. People don't know their futures. We've got the sanctions, which everybody knows about. So you've got people that are really worried or thinking about their futures, and that is a situation that I've got to say I've never experienced in the club football in Europe, where normally 99% of the squad are on long-term contracts and have got probably control of their own destiny. Where this league is totally different. I've learned that, and this week I've always been prepared for this week, but this week nothing can prepare you for that feeling, that look on somebody's face, the emotion that we've seen this week. It's been really for me a brilliant learning experience, but one where I think these players in the MLS, they are badass. They are badass in terms of the way that they deal with their futures and the way that they get on with their lives. That today they could be in Miami, tomorrow they could be on the East Coast in LA or whatever, So that is pretty brutal. And I've got unbelievable respect for the players that play under these types of terms, because I think I would have struggled with that as a player, because when I went into contract talks, and I was always lucky that I was offered a contract at Manchester United, and they offered me a 4, and I asked for a 7, and they gave me a 7, and then 2 years later they got me in and I asked for another 7, because that 7 years give me stability, and that's what I always wanted in my life, and that's something in this league you probably can't have. So I've got every respect for those players in that dressing room, and I hope they enjoy tonight, and I hope that this week they can go and watch Miami Dolphins play on Thursday and just enjoy themselves and be proud of the fact that they played for a wonderful football club.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.